Novak Djokovic may have walked off court Philippe Chatrier for the very last time. The echoes of his legacy still linger in the red dust of Roland Garros, but this time, as he packed his bag and gently touched the clay with a kiss to his hand, it felt different. The energy around him, the look in his eyes, the emotion in his voice, it all hinted at something more final than just another loss. This wasn't just a defeat. It was a farewell wrapped in uncertainty. The 24-time Grand Slam champion didn't storm off, didn't hide behind post-match platitudes. He stood in front of the world and allowed his vulnerability to breathe. "I mean, this could have been the last match ever I played here," he admitted, pausing, almost afraid of the weight of his own words. And in that moment, a generation exhaled. This wasn't the indomitable Novak Djokovic of years past, the man who clawed his way out of two-set holes, who shattered records with robotic precision, who played with the kind of icy determination that turned doubters into believers. No, this was a man facing the limits of time. A man who knows that the sun doesn't rise on center court forever. He didn't lose to just anyone. He lost to Jannik Sinner, a man who represents everything Djokovic once was: youth, hunger, energy, a spark that refuses to fade. Sinner didn't just beat Djokovic. He ushered in a new chapter in men's tennis. Djokovic, now 38, showed flashes of brilliance. The footwork still graceful, the anticipation still surgical, the instinct still razor-sharp. But for the first time, the effort looked heavy. Each movement carried the weight of decades. The audience, aware they might be witnessing a swan song, rose not in celebration of a new champion but in reverence for a legend. Court Philippe Chatrier stood tall as always, but the echoes of Djokovic's grunts, of his comebacks, of his triumphs, it all felt like the final notes of a song we've all known by heart. His eyes scanned the crowd. His fingers brushed the clay. And he smiled, not with victory, but with gratitude. "If this was the farewell match of the Roland Garros for me, it was a wonderful one," he said, the words hanging in the air like a final chorus. The crowd gave him love. France gave him its applause. History gave him its place. This was the man who took on Federer in his prime, battled Nadal in the bullring of clay, and emerged from the Big Three as arguably the most complete player tennis has ever seen. He didn't just win matches. He reshaped narratives. For years, Djokovic was the outsider. The villain to Federer's elegance. The counter to Nadal's grit. But he endured. He overcame. He transcended. And now, on a court where he lifted trophies and silenced critics, he may have just said goodbye. There was no grand announcement. No scripted farewell. Just raw, unfiltered humanity. He didn't speak about the future. He didn't make promises. He simply acknowledged the moment for what it was: fragile, fleeting, and unforgettable. The numbers will always be there: 24 Grand Slam titles, countless Masters, weeks at world number 1. But numbers don't tell stories. Moments do. This was a moment. He could have stormed off in frustration. He could have ignored the emotion. Instead, he embraced it. He gave the court a parting gift: humility. And the court gave him something back: love. The locker room must have felt different that night. The silence heavier. The routine a little slower. The knowledge that something may have ended hanging just above every movement. For a man so used to controlling matches, rallies, destinies, this moment was beautifully out of his hands. Fans worldwide felt it. Not just Serbian fans. Not just tennis fans. Sports fans. Because even if you didn't like Djokovic, you respected him. His grit. His refusal to bow. His ability to turn noise into fuel. But now, that fuel may be running low. He's spoken in the past of retirement. Of family. Of a life beyond the baseline. And though no decision has been made, his actions this week whispered louder than any press conference could. Maybe this isn't the end. Maybe Wimbledon or the US Open will see one final push. One last dance. But if this was the final chapter in Paris, it was a poetic one. He didn't need the trophy to prove anything. He came, he played, he felt. And so did we. We felt the bittersweet pang of time catching up. We felt the weight of transition. We felt what it's like when a titan begins to step away. Djokovic has given the sport everything: his body, his mind, his fire. Roland Garros gave him back something priceless: one final standing ovation. That kiss to the clay, it said everything he didn't. Thank you. Goodbye. Maybe.